Do not turn away from this. Do not silence the pull inside your chest. Stay, and listen, because heaven has pushed this moment in front of your eyes for a reason. My beloved child, I am speaking to you. I am closer than your own breath. I have walked beside you when you thought no one saw you at all. Archangel Michael says, this is not an accident. This is not random. This is a call from the highest place, searching for your heart one more time. Heaven is sending you a final warning. Not to crush you, but to save you from what you cannot yet see. God is waiting for you to return. Waiting with a love that has never given up on you. Waiting with arms that have been open wider than your pain. If you turn away from this moment, the connection you still feel now may grow dim. Not because God abandons you, but because your heart can grow so cold, you will no longer recognize His voice. My beloved, you have felt this happening already. You feel how the warmth inside has been fading. You feel how your hope has been slipping through your fingers like dust. You scroll and you scroll, trying to outrun the ache. You fill your days and nights with noise. But when everything gets quiet, the emptiness rushes in. You are so tired of pretending you are fine. So tired of smiling when your soul is breaking. So tired of acting strong while you are falling apart inside. I have watched you cry when no one could see. I have heard your silent questions. I have seen you stare into the dark, wondering if your life even matters. You are not crazy. You are not broken beyond repair. You are a soul under siege. There has been a battle around you. A battle over your peace, over your purpose, over your connection with God. And you have felt every wound in that unseen war. You have known betrayal. You have known rejection. You have known the weight of being misunderstood, even by those you tried to love. You have made mistakes that haunt you. You replay words you wish you could take back. You replay decisions you wish you had never made. You feel guilt like chains around your ankles. You feel shame like a heavy cloak over your shoulders. You feel unworthy to be close to something holy. There are habits you said you would quit, but they still hold you. There are patterns you promised yourself you would break, but they still repeat. There are temptations that come back stronger every time you try to rise. You wake up with anxiety pressing on your chest. You go to sleep with fear whispering in your ear. Your thoughts feel like storms that will never end. You wonder why God feels far. You wonder why your prayers sound like they are hitting a ceiling. You wonder if you have gone too far to come back. Listen to me now, beloved. Lean in with all of your heart. Heaven has seen every tear, every choice, every thought. Nothing about you is hidden from God. Your darkest moments are already known. And yet, you are still loved beyond your understanding. This message is not sent to condemn you. It is sent to wake you. It is sent to pull you back from an edge you do not even realize you are standing on. There are paths a soul can choose that harden the heart. There are choices that build walls brick by brick. There are patterns that, if not broken, will close doors that were meant to stay open. You have felt the tug to come back to God before. You have felt the small voice say, "Stop going this way." You have felt the gentle pull toward light, toward truth, toward healing. And many times, you brushed it aside. You promised yourself you would listen later. You told yourself you had more time. But there is a danger in later. There is a danger in postponing the call of your own soul. There is a danger in ignoring the voice that is trying to save you. Every time you silence that inner nudge, it grows softer. Every time you choose to numb instead of feel, your heart grows colder. Every time you turn away from light, the shadows get bolder. I am not here to frighten you. I am here to tell you the truth you already sense inside. You are at a turning point. Heaven is sending you a final warning. Not because God is out of patience, but because you are running out of chances to hear clearly. If you keep walking away, the road you are on will change you. It will shape you into someone who no longer cares to come back. Someone who no longer wants what your soul was created for. The danger is not that God will stop loving you. The danger is that you will stop wanting Him. That you will trade your birthright for illusions that cannot hold you. You have been chasing things that cannot satisfy. You have searched for comfort in what keeps hurting you. You have sought validation from those who do not even see your true worth. You thought love meant tolerating your own destruction. You thought loyalty meant staying where your spirit was dying. You thought success meant proving yourself in ways that left you empty. You gave pieces of your heart to people who could not protect them. You gave pieces of your time to distractions that devoured your peace. You gave pieces of your identity to labels that were never meant for you. Now you feel fragmented. Now you feel like you do not know who you are anymore. Now you feel like you have lost the map back to yourself. Listen, beloved. You have not gone too far. You are not beyond the reach of the one who made you. God is not surprised by your failures. He is not confused by your wounds. He is not repelled by your weakness. He has watched every fall. He has watched every attempt to stand back up. He has watched you try to carry weights you were never meant to hold alone. When you thought you were walking through darkness by yourself, you were not. When you thought no one heard your quiet whisper, heaven did. When you thought no one saw your efforts to be better, we saw. Archangel Michael says, "You have no idea how precious you are. You cannot see the full brightness of the light inside you. You cannot see how violently the darkness has tried to extinguish that light. There have been moments when you almost did not make it. Moments when despair sat on your chest, daring you to give up. Moments when you thought, if something doesn't change, I cannot keep going. Those were not just bad days. Those were attacks against your destiny. Those were attempts to cut off the connection between you and God forever. Because if the darkness can convince you that you are alone, it wins. If it can convince you that you are too dirty, too broken, too late, it wins. If it can convince you to stop reaching for God, it wins. But you are hearing this now. Which means you have not been lost. You have been pursued. Heaven has chased you through every season of wandering. Heaven has left signs in front of you, over and over again. Messages, songs, whispers in your own heart that said, "Come home." You may have ignored them. You may have laughed them off. You may have said, "This cannot be for me." Yet still, here you are. Listening to a voice that feels like it is speaking straight into your secret places. Feeling your spirit stir in ways you cannot explain. This is not coincidence. This is coordination. This is mercy. Your soul called out. Your pain cried louder than your words. Your spirit said, "I cannot keep living like this." And heaven answered. Not with thunder, but with this quiet, clear, final warning of love. I am not here to threaten you. I am here to draw a line with light. To show you where one path will lead, and where another begins. If you continue numbing yourself, your heart will harden. If you continue ignoring the pull toward God, the gap will widen. If you continue running, you will eventually forget what you were running from. You will adapt to the emptiness. You will call it normal. You will stop expecting more. That is the loss I speak of. Not God leaving you, but you letting yourself drift so far that you no longer care to return. Losing not His love, but your sensitivity to it. Hell is not just a place far away. It begins inside when the heart closes to light. When a person decides that the pain is safer than healing. But heaven is also not far away. It begins when a single yes rises from the deepest part of you. When you take one step back toward the one who has always been waiting. God is waiting for you to return. Not to punish. To restore. You imagine His face angry, disappointed, exhausted with you. But your imagination has been trained by shame, not by truth. Truth says, He is waiting as a loving parent waits for a lost child to come back up the road. He is not standing with folded arms. He is running toward you in His heart. He is already planning how to cover you with new garments of grace. Heaven has prepared healing for your mind. Heaven has prepared freedom from patterns that have enslaved you. Heaven has prepared new strength for places that have always felt weak. But heaven will not force itself on you. Love does not violate choice. God has given you the power to say yes or no. Today, your yes matters more than you know. Today, your answer is echoing in realms you cannot see. Today, the future of your heart hangs in this quiet decision. Will you keep going the way you have been going? Back into the same pain, the same confusion, the same dark corners? Or will you turn, even trembling, back toward the light that has never stopped shining? You do not have to know how to fix everything. You do not have to know how to become pure and whole in one moment. You only have to say, from the deepest part of you, God, I want to come home. Say it in your heart right now. Whisper it, even if your voice is shaking. Think it sincerely, even if your mind argues. Your soul knows the way home. Your spirit recognizes this truth. That is why you feel your chest tighten, your eyes burn, your heart ache. This is not just emotion. This is awakening. This is the beginning of your return. You feel like you have nothing to bring. You feel like your life is too stained to present to someone holy. But you are not called to bring your perfection. You are called to bring your honesty. You are called to bring the real, raw, unfiltered you. You are called to show up exactly as you are. Your scars do not scare heaven. Your anger does not scare heaven. Your doubts do not scare heaven. Bring them. Dump them at the feet of the one who made you. Let yourself fall apart in the arms that can hold every broken piece. I have seen you hold everything in for too long. I have seen the way you swallow your tears and keep moving. I have seen you become the strong one for everyone else while you crumble in secret. Heaven never asked you to carry that alone. Heaven never asked you to be your own savior. Heaven never asked you to pretend you are invincible. You are allowed to be weak in the presence of God. You are allowed to confess, I cannot do this anymore. That confession is not failure, it is the doorway to freedom. Feel this now. The weight on your shoulders is starting to shift. The tightness in your chest is beginning to loosen. As you open your heart, even a little, light rushes in. Peace begins to slip between the cracks of your defenses. Hope begins to whisper, maybe I am not as alone as I thought. This is the beginning of release. The cords around your soul are fraying. The lies you have believed about yourself are losing their power. You are not the sum of your worst choices. You are not the labels others slapped onto your wounded self. You are not the voice that calls you worthless in the middle of the night. You are a beloved child of God. You carry a light that was placed within you before you spoke your first word. You carry a purpose that hell has been trying to smother since you were small. You assumed your life did not matter. But why, then, has there been such a relentless attack against your joy? Why, then, have you faced storms that seem designed to break your spirit? Because your life matters more than you can imagine. Because your influence reaches further than you can see. Because when you rise, others will find the courage to rise too. The darkness knows this. That is why it has worked to distract you. To entice you, to numb you, to convince you that you are weak and unimportant. Every insult you believed about yourself was a seed. Every disappointment you never processed was a brick. Every time you decided to cope instead of heal, you were building a prison around your own heart. But today, heaven is breaking into that prison. I am standing in front of the door. Sword of truth in my hand, chains in my sight. I am not here to admire your cage. I am here to tear it apart. I am here to announce that you do not have to live trapped any longer. Feel this in your spirit. The door is open. You are not locked inside like you thought. The fears that told you, you can't change, are being exposed as liars. The patterns that told you, this is just who you are being stripped of authority. The grief that said, you will never feel whole again, is meeting a greater truth. You are allowed to grieve what you lost. You are allowed to feel the pain instead of numbing it. But you are not meant to live the rest of your life bowed under its weight. There is a hand reaching for you. It has always been reaching. You just kept your eyes on the ground, too ashamed to look up. Look up now. In your heart, lift your head. Let yourself imagine that God is not disgusted with you. Imagine, just for a moment, that He is proud that you are still here. Proud that you have not given up completely. Proud that something in you still longs for Him. That imagination is closer to truth than the cruel pictures shame has painted. The one who made you delights in every step you take toward Him. Even if those steps are small, shaky, and imperfect. Heaven is not keeping score of how many times you fell. Heaven is celebrating that you are getting up again now. Heaven is pouring strength into your legs and courage into your spine. You feel something shifting, don't you? Like a soft fire beginning to burn where there was only cold. Like strength returning to places that had gone numb. That is not you, just being emotional. That is spirit reality touching your physical body. That is love beginning to melt what fear has frozen. You are being drawn, not dragged. You are being invited, not forced. You are being wooed by a love that is patient yet urgent. Urgent, because your time on this path has been long enough. Urgent, because the longer you stay in what hurts you, the more damage is done. Urgent, because there are blessings waiting that cannot be poured out until you turn. There are relationships Heaven wants to heal. There are doors Heaven wants to open. There are gifts inside you Heaven wants to activate. But your hands have been so full of what is killing you, they have not been free to receive. Your heart has been so entangled with what drains you, it has not had room for what fills you. Your mind has been so occupied with survival, it has not had space for vision. This is why Heaven is saying, enough. Enough of cycles that leave you hollow. Enough of lying to yourself that, it's not that bad. You know it has been that bad. Your body knows. Your sleepless nights have testified to it. You have reached the edge of your own strength. You have tried every way you know to fix things. You have tried to control, to explain, to justify, to escape. None of it has brought the deep peace you crave. None of it has restored the innocence you lost. None of it has lifted the heavy shadow hanging over your days. Because the answer is not more self-punishment. The answer is not more distraction. The answer is surrender. Not surrender to defeat. Surrender to love. Surrender to the one who sees the whole picture you cannot. Say this now in your heart, God, I surrender. Even if you are scared, whisper it. Even if you do not know what it will mean tomorrow, say it for today. As you do, Heaven moves toward you. Angels surround you with protection. Warring light begins to push back everything that has choked your soul. I stand with you. Sword raised, shield outstretched. I fight for your freedom with a fierceness you cannot yet comprehend. You are not weak for needing help. You are wise for accepting it. You are brave for opening your heart after everything you have been through. The chains you feel are not stronger than the one who loves you. The habits that bind you are not more powerful than the grace that is coming. The darkness within you is not deeper than the light that is entering. You will feel resistance. The old patterns will scream, don't change. The old voices will mock, this won't last. Do not listen. Their power is being cut. Their authority over you is ending. You will not be perfect overnight. You will not suddenly forget everything you have suffered. But you will begin to notice something different. You will feel a new strength when you say no to what used to control you. You will feel a new peace when you spend time talking honestly with God. You will feel a new clarity when you choose light over familiar darkness. This is the beginning of your turnaround. This is the quiet birth of a new chapter. This is the unseen moment that will mark the rest of your story. Heaven has not brought you here to tease you with hope. Heaven has brought you here to announce a promise. If you continue in this direction, you will see the goodness of God in your life. You will see doors open that you once assumed were sealed shut. You will see strength arise where you always felt weak. You will see provision appear where there used to be only lack. You will see your mind become calmer. You will see your heart become softer. You will see your soul become braver. The battles that nearly destroyed you will become testimonies. The lies that once kept you small will be replaced with truth. The wounds that used to define you will become places where healing flows to others. God is not promising a life without storms. But He is promising to be your shelter in every one of them. He is promising that you will not face another wave alone. You will still feel pain at times. But it will no longer own you. You will still feel fear, but it will no longer silence your faith. You will walk through fire that would have burned you before. But now, you will walk with a presence that protects and refines, not destroys. You will come through brighter, not broken. Heaven promises that what was meant to crush you will actually lift you. What was meant to embarrass you will educate you. What was meant to end you will launch you. The people who misused your kindness will no longer have power over your peace. The situations that used to trigger your spiral will become opportunities to stand tall. The patterns that once defined your identity will become your old story, not your name. You are being renamed in the Spirit. Not by your failures, but by your future. Not by your pain, but by your purpose. You have been called fragile, but heaven calls you resilient. You have been called too much or not enough, but heaven calls you perfectly crafted. You have been called a lost cause, but heaven calls you a chosen one. Chosen, not because you earned it. Chosen, because love decided you were worth everything. Chosen, because God sees in you what you cannot yet see in yourself. This does not mean you will never stumble again. It means when you do, you will not run away from God. You will run toward Him. The shame that used to drive you into hiding will lose its grip. You will stop fearing that every mistake disqualifies you. You will begin to understand that grace is stronger than your weakness. You will be surprised at how your desires change. Things that once pulled you will begin to lose their magic. Things you never valued, peace, honesty, stillness, truth, will become treasures. You will crave healthier connections. You will notice when your spirit feels heavy and choose to protect your peace. You will stop handing your worth to people who never knew how to hold it. Your standards will rise. Not from arrogance, but from revelation. You will know, deep down, I am loved, I am valuable, I am not desperate. From this place of security, you will love others better. You will forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you are free. You will set boundaries, not to punish, but to preserve the light inside you. You will feel called to things that scare and excite you. You will have ideas, dreams, and visions you once thought were for someone else. You will begin to understand that your life can carry impact. The same voice that once whispered, "End it," will be silenced. In its place, a new voice will whisper, "Build it, start it, share it, live it." That is God speaking through your renewed heart. Archangel Michael says, "Your weaknesses are not disqualifications. They are places where heaven will show off its power. They are testimonies waiting to be written. There is justice coming, too. The unfair things you endured did not go unnoticed. The times you were mistreated, used, lied to, heaven recorded every one. This is not a promise of revenge. This is a promise that truth will rise. What was done in shadows will meet light, within you and around you. Some people will understand the change in you. Some will be drawn toward your new peace. Others will feel threatened by it and fall away. Let them. You are not meant to shrink back into the version of you that made them comfortable. You are meant to grow into the version of you that makes heaven proud. Losing what keeps you small is part of gaining what sets you free. Do not chase those who choose not to understand your healing. Do not apologize for seeking wholeness. Your alignment with God will cost you some relationships, some patterns, some dreams. But what you receive in return will not be equal, it will be greater. Peace will replace chaos. Purpose will replace confusion. Depth will replace emptiness. You will wake up with a reason. You will move through your days with an awareness of presence beside you. You will lay your head down at night knowing you are held. You will not be perfect. You will still have questions. But you will no longer walk through those questions alone. Where there was once only your own voice in your mind, there will be another. A gentle strength, guiding, correcting, comforting. That is God, nearer than ever. You will talk to Him in your own way. In your car, in your room, in whispered thoughts during your day. You will find that He answers, in quiet certainties and subtle signs. You will feel guided away from danger, even when you do not know why. You will feel drawn toward opportunities that seem small but lead to big shifts. You will feel nudged to be kind when you least feel like it. Every one of these is connection. Every one of these is heaven weaving with your life. Every one of these is proof that you did not lose God. You are finding Him. Still, understand this, the path ahead will require your continuing yes. This is not a one-time moment, this is the beginning of a relationship. You must tend the connection you are reclaiming. Feed it with honesty. Protect it with choices that support your soul, not sabotage it. When fear tells you, you're slipping back, come back faster. When shame says, you can't talk to God now, talk to Him even more. When temptation says, just this once, remember where, just once, has led you before. Heaven does not demand that you walk perfectly. Heaven asks that you walk sincerely. That you keep turning, again and again, toward the one who is your source. You will fall. But now, you will not stay down as long. Your recovery will be quicker, your awareness sharper, your will stronger. You will grow. Slowly, then suddenly. And one day, you will look back and hardly recognize who you used to be. The numbness will be gone. The constant storm inside your mind will calm. The heavy cloak on your shoulders will be replaced with a mantle of purpose. You will stand taller, not with arrogance, but with quiet confidence. You will move through rooms feeling anchored, not tossed. You will become a safe place for others, because you have learned to live in a safe place within God. This is who you are becoming. This is the version of you that heaven has seen from the beginning. This is the you that every attack has tried to prevent. But the attacks did not win. You are still breathing. You are still here, hearing this. That alone is proof that the darkness did not get the final word. It tried. Heaven intervened. Now, heaven is not just intervening. Heaven is inviting. Inviting you to co-create a different future with God. A future where you are not driven by fear. A future where you are not enslaved by secrets. A future where you are not controlled by the need to please everyone. A future where you know who you are. Where you walk in your own lane without envy. Where you accept yourself, scars and all, without constant self-attack. A future where you love deeply, but not desperately. Where you give generously, but not to your own destruction. Where you shine brightly, but not to earn worth, only to express it. This is not a fantasy. This is the plan heaven has had for you all along. You are simply stepping back into it. Do you feel hope rising? Let it rise. Do not push it down this time. Say yes to the idea that your life can be different. Say yes to the possibility that God can still use you. Say yes to the whisper, it's not over. Because it is not over. Your worst day did not end your story. Your deepest mistake did not close heaven's door. But you must choose. Heaven will not choose for you. Love honors your freedom, even when your freedom has hurt you. Today, use that freedom to heal. Use that freedom to turn. Use that freedom to say, God, I am coming back. If you pass by this moment as if it were nothing, your heart will feel it. Another layer of callus will form over the tender place that is trying so hard to wake. And one day, if you keep silencing that place, you may not hear it at all. That is the connection you risk losing. Not God's love, but your own sensitivity. Not heaven's desire, but your own. I am standing here, like a sentinel, sounding the alarm and the invitation. This is your wake-up call and your welcome home. This is heaven's final warning and heaven's unending embrace. Do not harden your heart. Do not tell yourself, I'll change later. Later is made of choices like this one. Choose now. Choose life. Choose light. You are not promised endless chances to feel what you feel in this moment. Hearts do not stay soft by accident. They stay soft by response. Respond, beloved. With your words, with your tears, with your simple inner yes. Respond like someone who has finally realized they are seen. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. Heaven has watched you run until your legs gave out. Heaven has watched you hide until loneliness suffocated you. Heaven has watched you pretend until you barely recognized yourself. No more. No more running. No more hiding. Step into the light, exactly as you are. Do not clean yourself up first. Do not fix everything before you come. Come now. With the mess. With the questions. With the regret. With the fear. With the tiny spark of faith that says, maybe this is really for me. It is for you. Your name may not be spoken out loud, but your spirit is being called. This frequency has found you because heaven aimed it directly at your heart. You are allowed to start again. You are allowed to outgrow where you've been. You are allowed to let God rewrite the story you thought was finished. Slowly, you will rise. The heaviness will loosen. The fog will lift. You will see more clearly. You will live more wisely. You will love more freely. And through it all, you will not be alone. I will stand guard as you grow. Angels will encamp around your steps. When you feel weak, ask for help. When you feel confused, ask for guidance. When you feel tempted, ask for strength. Heaven listens. Heaven responds. Heaven delights in your voice. You used to feel like a burden just for existing. You used to feel like you had to earn every bit of care. You used to feel guilty for having needs. That lie is being broken. You are not a burden to God. Your needs are an invitation for Him to be who He is, your provider, your comforter, your healer. Lift your eyes from the ground of your past. Lift your eyes from the screens that distract you from your soul. Lift your eyes from the faces that can't give you what only God can. Look up, in your spirit. Feel the warmth you thought was lost. Feel the presence you thought had left. It was never gone. You were simply turned away. Now, you are turning back. Heaven rejoices over this. Even if your yes feels small, it is priceless. Even if your faith feels weak, it is enough for God to work with. You are stepping into a divine exchange. Your ashes for beauty. Your mourning for joy. Your heaviness for praise. Your confusion for clarity. Your fear for courage. This will not happen all at once, but it will happen. As you keep returning, keep talking, keep choosing. As you keep trusting, even when you do not fully understand. I will remind you when you forget. I will whisper courage when you feel like quitting. I will war for your mind when old lies try to come back. You are not helpless. You are not defenseless. You are surrounded. Heaven's armies are not just for ancient stories. They are for moments like this, for souls like yours. We move at the command of love, and love has commanded us to guard you. When attacks come, do not assume you are abandoned. Often, they come because you are advancing. Because the darkness senses that you are slipping from its fingertips. Stand firm. Even if your knees shake. Stand in the simple truth, I belong to God, and I am not going back. Say it when you wake. Say it in the middle of your hardest day. Say it when you feel nothing at all. Words have power. They shape atmosphere, they reinforce reality, they shift your own heart. Let your mouth agree with what heaven is doing in you. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not destined to repeat the same pain forever. You are blessed. You are remembered. You are called into a new pattern of life. A pattern of peace instead of chaos. A pattern of truth instead of lies. A pattern of growth instead of stagnation. This is the gift of your return. Not rules to crush you, but alignment to free you. Not bondage, but belonging. You are coming out of survival mode. You are entering into purpose mode. You are no longer just trying not to drown, you are learning to walk on water with the one who calms storms. Every small act of trust you make from here matters. Turning off what feeds your darkness, even for one night, matters. Choosing to forgive, even silently, matters. Picking up a simple prayer instead of a familiar vice, matters. Choosing rest over self-destruction, matters. Choosing truth over pleasing others, matters. Every time you choose the path of light, you are strengthening your connection with God. Every time you respond to His nudge, you are training your heart to hear more clearly. Every time you lean in instead of pulling away, the bond deepens. Until one day, what used to feel foreign will feel natural. What used to feel impossible will be your new normal. What used to be fantasy will be your lived experience with God. That is the life heaven is calling you into. A life of ongoing conversation with your Creator. A life of walking in step with love. You are not too late. You are right on time for this turning. You are right on time for this homecoming. Remember these words when the old voices return. Remember this moment when doubt tries to rewrite it. Remember that heaven spoke, and your heart answered. You did not skip this. You did not turn away. You stayed, you listened, you opened. Because of that choice, a new chapter has begun. You may not see all its pages yet. But in the unseen, much has already shifted. Carry this awareness with you: you are loved. You are protected. You are being guided. Walk forward, not as a slave of your past, but as a child of God. Walk forward, not with your head bowed in shame, but with your eyes lifted in hope. Walk forward, not alone, but in the company of heaven. And when you forget, come back to this truth: God is waiting for you to return, again and again. His patience is greater than your wandering. But do not abuse that patience by closing your heart. Use it as a safety net as you learn to walk. Use it as a shelter as you learn to trust. My beloved child, I have said what I was sent to say. Heaven has released this warning wrapped in love. The rest is in your hands. Choose life. Choose love. Choose God. And know, with every choice you make toward Him, I stand beside you, sword raised, wings outstretched, guarding the connection that will never again be taken from you without a fight. Stay with me a little longer. There is still more heaven wants to place into your heart. You are not done receiving, this is only the unfolding of what has just begun. You have said, yes, in your spirit. Even if it was quiet. Even if it was unsure. Heaven heard it. Heaven honored it. Heaven moved. Now I must show you how to walk in what you have just chosen. A new path does not just appear, it is walked into. Step by step, choice by choice, day by day. Do not be afraid of the process. You have survived long, painful seasons already. You are stronger than you think, and this time you will not walk alone. Your connection with God is like a flame. It is alive. It responds to what you feed it. Flames do not stay bright without fuel. In the past, you starved your own spirit. You fed everything but your connection to God. But now, beloved, you will do something different. You will set aside even small moments of your day. Moments to look up inside and say, I'm here, and I know you are too. Do not make this complicated. Do not turn it into a chore. This is conversation, not a performance. Talk to God like you would speak to the safest person you could imagine. Honest, unfiltered, from the heart. Tell him what you feel, even when what you feel is messy. When you are angry, say it. When you are confused, admit it. When you are grateful, express it. These simple heart conversations are like breaths for your connection. They clear the air. They keep your spirit from suffocating again under silence and pretense. You may feel awkward at first. You may feel like you are talking to the air. That is normal when you have been disconnected. But if you stay with it, something will shift. You will begin to sense a presence listening. You will feel comfort that did not come from your own thoughts. This is how bond is rebuilt. Not through lightning and drama. Through steady, sincere openness. There will be days when you do not want to talk to God. Days when you feel ashamed, numb, or rebellious. Those are the most important days to speak to Him anyway. Say, I don't even want to pray right now, but I'm here. Say, I feel far, but I'm choosing to reach for you. Say, help me even to want you more. Honesty opens doors that pretending keeps shut. Heaven responds to truth, not to performance. You don't have to sound holy, you only have to be real. As you walk this way, you will begin to notice something. The things that used to pull you will not feel as satisfying. The things that feed your soul will start to feel more attractive. This is not you becoming fake. This is you returning to your original design. You were made for light, and your being recognizes it. Still, the old patterns will not surrender without a fight. They are familiar. They are loud. They will whisper, just one more time, when you know it leads you backward. They will say, you'll never change anyway, when you stumble. They will mock, look at you trying to be spiritual now. In those moments, remember this, you are not your urges. You are not your past. You are not the voice of your old cravings.